You're watching India market close and it's looking like a tough afternoon. So a couple of things happening right now and perhaps could explain the kind of hit we've seen on the Nifty. Let's look at the intraday and you will see how we are looking at a sharp slide in the markets. It's been a weak day, no doubt, but this kind of fall off the cliff has deepened post-afternoon trade and hitting the day's low, which is below the 25,000 mark. So this support has been breached. 24998 is where we have reached, slightly above the 25,000 mark on the Nifty right now. So what's been happening? Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Khamenei, has been speaking and as expected, saying very aggressive things about how they're going to respond to Israel. Israel early in the day has come and said that they are going to target Iran's oil supplies and that entire machinery. That, of course, not great for the market. So that's why you're seeing the Nifty showing this extreme bearish trend today. Let's pull up the Sensex as well as the Bank Nifty for a second, and then we'll come to advanced decline ratio to show you the breadth of how tough this is becoming. Now, is this again another bout of FII selling that we're seeing? It's likely, because look at the figure that we saw on Thursday, 15,000 crores in sales. DIS came and mopped that up. Possibly all the SIPs of September have gone into shoring up the markets yesterday, but that hasn't helped either. 600 points down on the Sensex once again on the back of a tough day already. Bank Nifty, let's take a quick look at the Bank Nifty and then advanced decline ratio. Bank Nifty about 0.5% down. The only saving grace have been IT stocks through the day, and the Nifty IT has been relatively decent. I'm not sure if it's still holding up because it's a dramatic kind of a day. Yeah, Nifty IT is holding up, but off its highs, about 0.5% up even now. But clearly, this is the time of the day when you've seen everything sort of fall off a cliff. Let's look at the advanced decline ratio because this seems to be trouble across the board. And yeah, look at the volatility that we've seen through the day. Right now, the bears in command, and that's very clear in the advanced decline stats, 1443 versus a 686. The heat map will show us what's hurting the most, and it's pretty much everything. Bajaj Finance. These are the updates that we've seen. The quarterly updates have hit Bajaj Finance. There is just no reprieve for autos. FMCG majors have been hurting. Is there a concern about a slowing economy? That could be one reason. What our initial business updates are showing is perhaps spots of trouble around the board. You've seen that in deposit growth. You are seeing that in sales growth in terms of retail sales as well. Are those concerns coming in? And of course, auto still reeling from its September sale numbers. So an M&M, Hero Moto, all of it having a tough day. BPCL and Asian Paints, you can understand because, okay, crude prices, they've been hit since the morning. But a Nestle, HUL, all of them coming off is pointing to bigger troubles. The only sort of green spot, or bright spot in this case, are the IT majors. So look at an Infosys about 1.5% up. Tech Mahindra also not doing too badly. Wipro. So your top three are all your tech companies. ONGC again because of prices of crude. That's positive for them. And a smattering of, say, a Titan or Tata Motors is an outlier. Maybe some bottom fishing there. But it's looking fairly bleak, I would say, Harsh. And I don't know. I'm presuming pretty tough to find positive stories and some negative stories coming in the last 1 hour as well.
Well, yes, Tamanna, a few positives actually, but let me actually take it to the negatives because that's how the market has really turned. Let's talk about M&M Finance. Disbursements disappoint, of course, absolutely flat. The expected disbursement growth for FY25 now looking largely unlikely, and therefore look at that 6% plus fall in M&M Finance. Avenue Supermarts also flat on SSSG growth, which is same store sales growth, and that number 1% just on a year-on-year basis, 4% lower on the stock price, just about 14% top line growth overall you're looking at in terms of where DMart is. Bajaj Finance, slowest growth in 8 quarters. Well, that's impacted clearly the stock price as well. It's been lower almost through the day, even when markets recovered. Bajaj Finance was 1+% lower. Now, of course, the cash looking far more. You're looking at Bajaj Housing, where HSBC seems to be bearish, 25% plus downside. That one was trading in the green, has now turned red. Again, quarterly update also coming from Bajaj Housing, 5.6% in terms of sequential growth, 28%, lower than 30% that it clocked even in Q1. So that number coming in lower. You're looking at Diffusion Engineers among the positives. Of course, a good day on its D Street debut and 21% higher to the IPO price, of course. Sundaram Clayton on the back of a QIP just about, I believe, is still trading in the green, just about 1% higher. But nonetheless, on a day like this, definitely something to mark out. TARC on the back of its quarterly update, stock is up and away, 3% higher. Angel One, again, yesterday was a very strong move on Angel One, and just maybe a little bit of profit booking despite a good Q2 update coming in from Angel One. Bank of Baroda, what stellar set of numbers, especially on a sequential basis when you're looking at it. 4% on deposits, 4 to 5% on deposits, 5 to 6% on, you're looking at good growth on loans as well on a sequential basis. Stock is up and away, 2.5% higher. But a lot of these dominated by financials. Of course, IT was one on the benchmark which has done well. IT stocks are doing well. But outside of that, some of the ones on especially in financials are doing fairly well on the back of their updates. Some of them doing well, some of them doing badly. But clear movers on the back of their Q2 updates.